we have in store for you today, showcasing especially for our foreign delegates all the cultural Sri Lankan splendor. Ladies and gentlemen, as we kickstart our dinner reception this evening, we'd first and foremost like to appreciate the presence of our Honorable Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, the Honorable Nimal Siripala de Silva. We thank him for being here with us this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, as we kickstart our performances tonight, it's only apt that we start off by welcoming the gathering. And to do the honors with the welcome address, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority of Sri Lanka, Mr. Ananda Wimalasena.
Good evening, Minister of Transport and Aviation, Honorable Nimal Siripala de Silva, President of the General Council of ICAO, Dr. Bernard Aliu, Secretary General, Dr. Fang Liu, Secretary of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, Mr. Nihas Somavira, delegates and their spouses, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Civil Aviation Authority of Sri Lanka, myself and other members of the authority greet you warmly, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you for this occasion this evening. I am quite aware that you have a very busy schedule, but I will earnestly request you to spare little time amongst your very busy schedule because of the heavy workload of the conference to at least have a glimpse of this beautiful country of ours, Sri Lanka, before you depart from our shores. Within a few hours of travel, you can enjoy different climates, exotic green scenery, ancient sites, and magnificent beaches. So I hope that you will be able to spare a little time and visit some of these places, because there's a lot to see, and you will, I am sure, enjoy those visits. Thank you very much for your presence. Have a good evening. And I wish, before I conclude, I have to thank Millennium Air and Fitz Air, the chairmen are here, for helping us to stage this event. Have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your opening address, Mr. Ananda Wimalasena. Ladies and gentlemen, our little island in the Indian Ocean has a rich and varied history going back several thousands of years, and tonight we can't wait to share our heritage with each and every one of you in the forms of the sounds, the dances, the music of our little island. Ladies and gentlemen, amongst the most attractive of all of the cultural performances that we have on offer, undoubtedly the most famous on that list is that of the Sri Lankan drumming. The drums of Sri Lanka are known to be amongst the most extraordinary and loudest in the world, and you'll soon see why, because we soon have a treat for your eyes and ears as we bring on our drummers from the land of Kandy. But they will also be joined by dancers. And what is very true to our nature in Sri Lanka is that as we begin any occasion, it's to invoke divine blessings. Tonight is no different. We will be starting this performance with a drumming and a dance ensemble that helps ask the gods for blessings and protection on the dancers as well as the audience. In this part of the world, we call it the puja dance, or the worship or the prayer dance. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome on stage none other than the Sri Lanka Army Cultural Dance Troupe, as they have in store for you a wonderful extravaganza. Please give them a huge round of applause. the beauty and grace of our dancers and the vibrance of our Kandyan drummers. Ladies and gentlemen, they will be back with you with more performances, but I think it's indeed noteworthy to note that these are not ordinary dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, all of them belong to the Sri Lankan Army. It is indeed the Sri Lankan Army Cultural Dance Troupe performing for us tonight. Can you please have a huge round of applause for all of our army people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also nice that we have on board the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau who have helped in sponsoring these dance acts for the benefit of all our foreign delegates here this evening. So big thank you to the Sri Lankan Tourism Promotion Bureau. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having this night with few more dances and performances, but as you all know, it's a dinner reception and therefore dinner is now served. So if any of you would like to go and help yourselves, you're free to do so. The banquet is right here. Make sure you have your fill of your meal and come back and take your seats, because in a short while, we will be introducing a few more dancers. Bon appetit. Ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you're having a delightful time over your meals. And we're now ready to showcase the next set of performances for you while you enjoy dinner. In Sri Lanka, our people share a very special relationships with the drums. Our drums play such a significant role in our society that they are an essential form, part and parcel of every religious ceremony, auspicious occasions, births, temple festivals, healing rituals, and so on. Today we will be looking at the various acrobatic flairs as well as the strength and vibrance of our Kandyan drummers backed by the dancers. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you this is going to be a treat for both your eyes and ears. Please join me in welcoming once again to the stage the performers from the Sri Lanka Army Cultural Dance Troupe. were our Kandyan dancers and drummers performing the Ves dance. And Ves in this instance refers to the costume of the dancers and the drummers. For a little more information about this dance, this was originally formed to appease the deities. In essence, it's a very sacred dance form. And if you ever happen to visit the beautiful hill country of Kandy, you probably would hear of the Kandy Perahera, or the religious parade that happens every year, which draws tourists by the numbers. And this is a very popular performance that is performed during the Kandy religious parades. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a few more dance performances coming your way, but for now, may I invite you to enjoy fellowship over your dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, you've witnessed the acrobatic flair and the twists and turns of our very talented dancers, and now it's time for you to witness the elegance, the charm, the beauty, as well as the vitality of our Sri Lankan girls as they come on stage to perform what we call a Mayura dance. Mayura refers to the peacock, which is a beautiful bird found in abundance in our paradise island. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome the talented girls of the Sri Lanka Army Cultural Dance Troupe with the Mayura dance. Ladies and gentlemen, those were our vibrant dancers depicting for you the grace and the elegance of our birds in Sri Lanka, peacocks or the Mayura. A little more information about this dance. This is also known as the Vannam dance, and Vannam actually refers to the music that was composed way back in the time of the ancient Kandyan kingdom. And this music has inspired dancers to use the tune to be able to depict the characteristics and the movements of various birds and animals. And truly, through performances like this, I think it's evident for all to see that the Sri Lankans have a very deep relationship and love for the nature in this country. We will be joined soon by our performers once again for our final act this evening. But meanwhile, you may feel free to help yourself to some dessert, and we'll be back in a short while with some more music and dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, while you enjoy your dessert, we proudly bring to you our last and final performance for this evening by the Sri Lanka Army Cultural Troupe. And this time our finale is aptly the Drum Orchestra. Like I've told you before, ladies and gentlemen, drumming plays a huge role in Sri Lankan society, and in fact drumming is the king of instruments in our musical scene right here. We have over 26 varieties of drums in use to date, while we did have 60 plus varieties of drum known since ancient times in Sri Lanka. And the interesting thing about these drums are that they are classified based on how they are played. We have few drums in Sri Lanka that are played only by hand. We have drums played by one hand and one stick. We have drums played by two sticks. So different varieties of how drums are played, and many times drums are accompanied by flute instruments as well as the conch. Ladies and gentlemen, our drummers are all set to give you a fitting and memorable finale to our evening here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time tonight, please welcome on stage the Sri Lanka Army Cultural Dance Troupe with the Drum Orchestra.